Well, I understand I got a lot on my mind, a lot on my chest. That's why.
Yo. What is up? How's everybody doing today? Let's see. Let's make sure we got everybody running in the comments here. All right. Listen, this is it. This is the first one of us just doing it dolo. No Lloyd on this one. So please, we ask y'all to have our backs. As I say, welcome to the Indie versus Match-Up. I'm Power Maximus. We're here with everyone's favorite divinity god, Lord Triage. And today we got two awesome matchups for you, both Nexus and Reckoning. Dre is in the comments. What is up? Triage, what's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm chilling, man. I'm trying to live my best life.
Of course, as always. Dre, what is up? Let's see if we can get the other two, other three in the chat too. So everybody get in here. Because again, this is our first rodeo. It's our first rodeo with everybody. So I'll make sure we get everybody in here so we can make sure. Let's get Nathan in here. Let's get Tony in here. Let's get Carrie in here. Let's get everybody in here so we can make sure that these matchups go crazy. Yep, there we go. Nathan in the building. Yo. All right, this is gonna be good. It's gonna be good. So, without looking at, without going into the battle just yet, what do you think of these four characters? Just off rip, just from what we've been given.
Well, first and foremost, I think this is going to be one of those ones that's going to be rather colorful.
What do you mean by colorful?
Just from what I'm reading from with these powers and abilities, I think this is going to be a very interesting fisticuffs.
All right. Nah, I 100% agree. We got the rematch of Pantheon and Sir Absolute. I'm sorry, I gotta put some respect on his name, Sir Absolute. Then for Reckoning, we have Phenom Girl versus Sledge. So I'm interested. I'm interested. It's gonna be very interesting. Man, let's see. We got anybody else in here? Jump in the comments, guys, if you guys are here. Let's get it. So we got the first matchup here. We got the Nexus Match-Up creators in the building here. Dre Burke, Nathan Rouse. Wow, I can't talk today. So we're Dre, Pantheon, Nathan, Sir Absolute. It's gonna be good. And we went back to you guys' first matchup, took a look at that, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna get good. Like just solely based off of the previous matchup and reading through it. Like these guys is again, like I'm talking about it, so I don't really go too much into it yet. I just really want to make sure everyone's in here first. But absolutely, you guys definitely please help us out, clarify certain powers and stuff like that. You guys did an amazing job underneath you guys' last battle. So it's gonna be. I'm interested. I'm highly interested here. There we go. All right. Sorry, just pulling that up. Let me get this screen share going. All right. Here. First, Pantheon. There we go. Screen share Pantheon here. So, all right. So before we get started, is there anything that anybody would like to throw out there before we get started? Yes, no, maybe so, but man, it's gonna be good. I hope we do Lloyd proud with this episode. So let's see. All right, so we got you two here. Let's just get into it. You ready, Triage?
As ready as it gotta be.
All right. So first off, we got Pantheon versus Sir Absolute. Let's get it going. So, first off, we're going to take a look at this strength stat here. So, we got, well, give me a sec. I'm sorry. I got to do it right. We got to do it right. Because we got to go on there. We got to go over the tier first. Let's go over the tier first. Make sure, just to make sure we're making sure everyone understands what tier these guys are on. Let's see here. So let's take a look. We are looking at Pantheon here. Let's take a look up. He has one orange circle, which puts him at, I believe that's planetary. If memory serves me correct, that is planetary 5A. Destruction level of a large planet to dwarf star level destruction. Wow. Now, I always want to ask Lloyd, like, is this like One Punch Man style? Is this like One Punch Man? And he's just like one punch is just putting a hole through like a dwarf star? Because if so, that's crazy.
Well, I think that will go back to what his initial skill set would be.
Yeah, very true, very, very true. But yes, so yeah, he's a 5A. Let's head down. So let's take a look at his strength. We're sitting at an 8 in strength, which, if you guys have been watching, have been paying attention, that means he is maxed out. That means he can lift multi-mega tons. Moving right over to his intelligence. His intelligence is sitting at a 6, which means he is a super genius, and his speed is maxed out at an 8, which means he possesses limitless speed. That is so broken. Dre, what is up with these broken characters, man? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, nobody grounded in reality.
Right? Thus far, nobody grounded in reality. Every one of these characters is reality bending, world destroying. Man, listen, there can't be no regular people in that universe, man. Come on, is there any regular people in your universe? Because I just don't believe it, because I feel like they'd all be dead with all the broken ass characters.
Well, we know there's no one relying on prep time.
Fuck prep time.
Fuck prep time.
Because I'm just saying, Dre, that would be so wild. You got characters like this, and then you have one Batman-esque character who's like completely human, who like only stat that's maxed out is his intelligence.
How did you win? I had a month to prepare.
No, that's crazy. Durability is sitting at an 8, which again is maxed out, means he cannot be physically harmed at all, which is nutty. Looking at his agility, he's sitting at a 7. Relativistic, can react to and move near the speed of light. What the hell, man? Energy projections maxed out at an 8 as well. Absolute control of all energy in the multiverse, with a fight stat sitting at a 7. Master of all forms of combat.
Huh.
I'm pretty sure this man is 1v1 in the entire Justice League.
I wouldn't say that.
I mean, Martian Manhunter might, but I think Martian Manhunter might be able to take him down. Let's see what Dre says. Out of the 150 characters I've cheated, I'm pretty sure that means created. I created only certain ones are in the database, and yes, there are completely human characters, but they all have their own battles and villains and issues. Pantheon is my first, but not my only in my universe. Okay, all right. So first, wait, whoa, hold on. I read over that shit like that wasn't just crazy. 150 characters?
Yeah, that sounds about right for a decent sized universe.
But he's created 150 characters. That is bonkers, and I tip my hat to you, sir. Jesus, that's a lot. So Pantheon's pretty much broken at age 17. At age 17. Jeez. Now let's take a look at his equipment. Cosmic celestial artifact, and I do believe that is the artifact that was bestowed upon him. We'll get into that in 1 second. Let's just run over his powers real quick. Powers: matter manipulation, spiritual manipulation, divine energy projection, astral projection, and astral essence. So if you wouldn't mind breaking down astral essence for us, what is that? Because that's I think as of right now, that's the only thing that I'm like, what is that? What about you? What about you, Triage? Questions?
No, I was taking it more as like his spiritual self is basically like unbreakable.
An astral essence?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Let's see. So we'll
Like
there. Go ahead.
Sort of like how they said in Avatar, in order to bend someone's will to yours, your will must be unbendable. That's what I was taking from it, but
maybe. All right. Let's. So while we wait for him to give us a little more clarification on astral essence, let's take a look at just a quick run through of his character. We do have a video here. If I could find it. Let's go here. All right, one second. Just trying to pull the video. Just trying to pull the video. All right, video has been found, and make sure this that.
Ashton Adams, a teenage boy who has unknowingly become the representative of the gods and hero known as Pantheon. Ashton is granted his powers through the Orb of Phenom. The orb houses 6 gods within it and the messenger known as Veil. With this orb, the powers that Pantheon wields are insane. Pantheon is immensely powerful, being able to lift over 100 tons and is capable of striking with enough force to destroy entire cities. It's stated that he can cause significant environmental damage and has even been shown to thunderclap a supermassive black hole out of existence. Pantheon's speed is crazy, being able to circle the globe in under 20 seconds, and this is at the start of his time as a hero. Pantheon still has plenty of time to grow as he continues to learn and train his abilities. Pantheon, in his current state, has also been able to move when the time has stopped, showcasing that he isn't affected by time manipulation. In regards to durability, Pantheon is protected by a cosmic aura that shields him and nearby objects from harm. This aura prevents collateral damage from his immense strength and energy output, passively protecting himself and others from his power and from oncoming attacks. Now, as powerful as he is, Pantheon can be hurt. However, he won't stay down long. Pantheon also has a powerful healing factor, allowing him to come back from almost any attack. This is dependent on his perception of said attack. More on that later. But Pantheon isn't limited to just himself. Pantheon once healed hundreds of children simultaneously from brain tumors with just a wave of his hands. Pantheon also has energy projection and flight, which is cool, but that doesn't hold a candle to the rest of the abilities he has in his arsenal. Like matter manipulation, an ability which allows him to manipulate physical matter on a massive scale. Not only can he manipulate matter, he also wields spiritual manipulation abilities, able to interact with spiritual elements such as souls and cosmic entities. It's mentioned that he could potentially bring spirits back from the dead and even has the ability to astral project himself. Now, slightly shifting, Pantheon, for all intents and purposes, is a celestial being, and as he gradually gains awareness of the multiverse and the larger cosmology, he begins to grow and exist beyond the constraints of time and space, which also allows him to sense the powerful entities that are the very pillars of the multiverse. Remember when we talked about his perception? With Pantheon, perception is reality. For example, his healing factor, if he expects to be hurt by certain things, then he will. So if you plan on fighting him, you better do it early in his career. However, you may run into another problem. Your perception of him also makes him difficult to fight, as you will see the person that you admire the most when coming face to face with Pantheon. Even if you look at a video or picture of him, this passive ability takes effect, and you can't see Pantheon for who he is unless he actually introduces himself to you, aka allows you to. Witness the newly awakened celestial weapon himself, Pantheon, as he shakes the foundation of the universe and defies the very concepts of reality.
All right.
God damn it.
That was a lot.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Wow. That is a lot. So according to Dre, Pantheon controls the building blocks of creation. He, for all purposes, is a cosmic celestial being and a god of creation. And yes, his soul cannot be cooked or tampered with. Okay. All right. That's still crazy. Tavis, yeah, we saw you pop in. What's up? What's up? Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, what are okay? what are your thoughts on this character, brother?
I mean, whoever's coming to fight him better have their fucking A game.
Because Jesus, man, that's all right. All right. Let's just jump on over. Let's just jump on over. I feel like that's enough said. That's enough said. Let's just jump on over here. Wow. Okay. Boom. Next we have Sir Absolute. Nathan, by all means, be ready. We're gonna ask questions. We're gonna ask questions. Be ready. So we are looking at Nathan here. Let me bring this in so we all can get a better look at them power stats. First off, I gotta comment on these arts. These arts are pretty sick. Pretty damn sick. And I feel like they're very, very unique. And I feel like they give off a lot of and I want to say character, and when I say character, I mean it really it's very unique to that character. You know what I mean? Like you really get a sense of kind of like who they are a little bit, especially with Sir Absolute. With this art's lovely. This is lovely here. Has the ability to manipulate universal energies to bend reality. All right, let's take a look. All right, we are looking at strength first, matching up with Pantheon sitting at an 8, can lift multi-megatons. Intelligence, he's a 6, super genius as well, matching Pantheon on that, I believe so. Yes, yep, matching Pantheon on that as well. And then, whoa. And I'm going to tell you guys now, before I even show you, these guys are pretty much very evenly matched there. We're looking at speed sitting at an 8 as well, possessing limitless speed, durability. This is one below Pantheon, sitting at a 7, virtually indestructible. 6 on the agility, which is one below Pantheon, sitting at sub-relativistic, dodging light speed attacks. Energy projection, matching him with that. Absolute control over all energy in the multiverse. And then we're checking out the fight ability, which is actually quite lower than Pantheon, sitting at a 4. He's an experienced fighter. Let's take a look. Let's see what he got for equipment. Man is 30 years old. No equipment, just straight powers. Etheric synthesis. I can't talk today. Synthesis. I'm a podcaster. I need to be able to talk. Damn it. Limited personal customization. Oh, Nathan. Well, I need to speak. I need to hear about that. Teleportation, energy, regenerative healing, and existential. I can't talk today. Immortality.
Yeah. So I think those will be clarified just a little bit. So like as far as like the energy regeneration of healing, like does that mean as long as he has reserves of energy or he's got his stamina's up, he can constantly heal himself? What does that mean exactly?
Yeah, so let's see here. Nathan says Sir Absolute, originally Roger Fantastic, is a geeky, promising young energy engineer from a long lineage of broadcasting wrestlers. He is abducted by aliens that mistake him as the Earth's leader, and he puts the Earth on a century-long trial to see if it's worthy of existence. Oh, good old classic. That's a classic. Love that one. Of existence and alliance with the OUA Orionus Universal Alliance coalition of planets. He has an 80s wrestler flair. He chooses a universal weapon, the Godbreaker gauntlets that soak into his skin. Now, anytime he says, "Show me the power," show me the power, because it kind of cuts out. I think he wrote too much. The thing's not showing us the rest of it. Jorge says, this is a goodie. Let's see. Manipulates fundamental energies of the universe that shape reality according to one's desire. Example, transmutes matter into energy, creates or destroys worlds, and bends the laws of physics to achieve any conceivable outcome. Yes, they are hella close. Sir Absolute got the edge in this battle. All right, Jorge, we shall see.
Hold on. You said this is a rematch, correct?
Yeah, this is a rematch.
Who won the first fight?
Who did win the first fight? Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Who did win the first fight? Let's see here. There's a lot. There's a lot here. So we're gonna have to go back to the we're definitely gonna go back to the original rematch posting and go over this, because that's crazy. That's craziness. Absolute craziness. One moment. Pull this up here, man. By all means, yeah, you guys let us know who won before. Sir Absolute won the last time. Yeah, so yeah, if I remember correctly, Lloyd said that it would do, like, it was very, 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 very close, but Absolute, like, just slid by with the dub on that one. So I'm interested to see how this one rocks. Let's see. Now, this is a random encounter. This one is on Planet Vegeta. Where was the last one? Last one was also Planet Vegeta. Wow, oh, I see what he did. He just used the same copy. All right. Well, let's just say they went back to where they battled before, and they went back to Planet Vegeta, and now they about to get the scrapping on Planet Vegeta. Wait, hold on. Let's read through this. Let's see. The limited personal customization description can alter physical attributes, appearance, or abilities to a certain extent through a process of self-modification. Okay. Let's see. Jorge says, so the deciding factor would be from then to now, any new abilities acquired, etc. So Planet Vegeta direct rematch. Copy. All right. So yeah, let's take a look. So Jorge, since these are Nexus characters, we're just going off of only what we have in and on the cards, and in any video, and what's underneath the matchup itself. So as of right now, not throwing anything new in there, but no, this should be good. Just off of that, this should be good. Because we got some fresh eyes looking at it. Let's see what we got. Let's see. Let me try to find any explanation on that. Which one was it? What was the one that you had questions on? Was it the energy regenerative healing?
Yes.
All right, let's see. I believe they talk about that in here. 4, 3. Here we go. No, that's the immortality. Either way, let's see.
They go over it all, because half of that needs to be explained.
Yeah. So here, what I'll do is I'll do this. Tap to share. Now, what we are looking at right here, I don't know if y'all can. Oh yeah, good. Yeah, y'all can read that. Y'all can read that too. All right. This right here is the rematch. I'm sorry, the original matchup here. Nathan says, Sir Absolute's best counter against Pantheon's abilities would rely on a combination of the etheric synthesis, the existential immortality, healing, absorption / redirection, and personal customization. Here's how each factor plays in. If the etheric synthesis, reality warping at a fundamental level. While Pantheon is immune to reality manipulation, the etheric synthesis isn't just reality warping. It manipulates the fundamental energies of the universe itself, meaning it operates at the same level as Pantheon's building blocks of creation / destruction. If Sir Absolute can synthesize and alter the energy Pantheon is made of, he could counter his advantages. All right. Let's see. Oh, here we go. For the energy regenerative healing, heals from any injury or ailment by harnessing and manipulating energy at a cellular level. And because he has pretty much like any energy, yeah, right. He is. Let me see here, because that means he can come from any, like, anything, any type of energy, because he controls all forms of energy. He's sitting at an 8, right? Remember correctly of everything I just said. Yeah, he's sitting at an 8. So this man, that's broke. That's broken as well. Come on now, man. These matchups.
Was that listed? Was that listed on there?
Yeah, the regenerative healing.
No, I'm talking about the energy thing.
Oh, the energy healing?
No. That's not what I'm talking about.
Which
so
one?
it's specifically just energy healing. It's not energy manipulation.
Oh, well, that's based off his energy projection stat.
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, so his energy projection stat is sitting at an 8, means absolute control of all energy in the multiverse. Yep. So that energy regenerative healing means he can literally pull from anywhere. Let's see. Weaknesses are Painonite and mental manipulation. Okay, so he okay, so he can be mind controlled, and I don't know what Painonite is. I'm pretty sure it's a type of material. Never heard of it before, but it's a type of material. But yeah, let's take a look here.
Did you see the thing I sent you?
I did not. Where did you send it? Yeah, no. Oh, that's why. Give me a sec here, because we're just trying to make sure we're getting everybody all this information properly, because if this is a rematch, we want to make sure we're doing it right. Let's see here. I don't know. That's a good point. Or let's see. He says, or magic weakens him. Let's see. Yeah, no, you're right. Actually, let's take a look at. So what's his durability? Because I want to see. His durability is virtually indestructible, right? He's a 7 sitting on that, or they got the same durability. Yeah, he's sitting at a 7. So yeah, nothing in here says. I'm taking a look at his stats. Yeah, no, he is vulnerable to any kind of mental attacks because nothing in here says that he wouldn't be.
No. But there's nothing in the power stats that actually go over psychic powers or psychic limitations.
Oh, you're right. We'll talk to him. I see what you're getting at, and I have a great way to get around that. We'll talk to him about that. But yes, so let's see here. Back in here. Woo, Dre dropped paragraphs. Dre dropping paragraphs here. Let's see. Dre says that would not work. No force in existence can manipulate the energy Pantheon is composed of. He is unbound to the laws of creation and destruction. Pantheon also controls all energies and spiritual energies, which is an energy not in the multiverse. And any weakness he has, Pantheon can create matter and manipulate it. He can make any substance both universal, universal, or spiritual. He can tamper with souls. If you're going off the stat cards, he's cooked. Let's take a look. Let's jump back over here. Oh, wrong one. Right here. All right. Maybe. But let's see how this continues to play out. Pantheon can manipulate and absorb souls, but Sir Absolute has complete control over his soul, ethereal essence, and inner gods. This prevents Pantheon from stealing or corrupting him through soul-based attacks. Okay. It states that on the card, so we're rocking with that. And then personal customization, what would he do with that? If Pantheon's aura and energy control are too overwhelming, Sir Absolute can alter his physiology in response. This means that any energy Pantheon exerts, Sir Absolute can potentially adapt to over time. Okay, adapt to over time. Final breakdown: Pantheon has absolute control over energy, reality, and destruction at a cosmic level. Sir Absolute has the ability to counter, redirect, and manipulate those same fundamental forces to his advantage. It wouldn't be an easy fight, but Sir Absolute has enough tools to negate Pantheon's biggest strength and makes this a truly competitive battle. I feel like that's a very fair and very kind of like base thing, but let's see how the rest of this plays out here. I don't know. Off rip, I'm kind of seeing like these guys are very, very, very even. Very even. And again, Pantheon is quite a broken character.
There is no quite.
Yeah. Very true. There is no quite. Pantheon's powers work very similar to both magic and the power cosmic. Think of him as having the same abilities as Dr. Manhattan, Galactus, and the Spectre, with Terry McGinnis's attitude. Damn.
Yeah, because that's not a lot.
Yeah, like that's not a problem, right? That's not a problem at all. Fucking Terry McGinnis,
just Dr. Manhattan alone. Like, come on, dog.
Yeah, like that's not a problem.
This guy farts and creates another galaxy.
He said he farts and creates another galaxy. Like, oops, my bad. Jeez, man.
Like, who's that massive statue of? Well, that's our god. He broke wind and birthed us into existence.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. Oh man. I just don't know, man. I just don't know. They're very, 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 very balanced. in that respect of each other. Sheesh, bro.
So my question with this fight so far is how exactly does Sir go on the offense?
Yes.
That's my biggest question.
Yes, that is a very solid question. Because we can see Pantheon, what he's working with when it comes to offense here. Now, yeah, let's get a if we could, Nathan, let's get a kind of like a better understanding of like his actual fighting style, because you said he was a wrestler, right? Or at least he comes from a family of wrestlers. So like, how does that mix in with his powers and abilities? That's my biggest thing.
But the thing is with Pantheon is that with what he can do, he wouldn't even need to physically touch him.
That is very true. Pantheon can also astral project him in his attendant veil and can mess with his mind and soul that way as well. So Nathan says, imagine Macho Man with the powers of the Beyonder. That I feel like that might be a little bit scarier than all the wild shit that Pantheon could do.
I see.
Give Macho Man Randy Savage the powers of the Beyonder.
Now, so the one thing I am going to condone him for was saying that I'm sorry, I'm dropping names here. That the one character had the mindset of Terry McGinnis. Pantheon, excuse me.
Pantheon, yeah.
Yes, because like I've said this before, and I'll say this again, personalities play a lot into these fights, because with the characters that these guys are being compared to or being referenced with, all those characters are very detached characters, personality-wise.
Yeah.
So it's like, and they're all borderline omnipotent, if not omnipotent. So it's like, you want to give someone who can literally, whatever they can think of, they can do. Terry McGinnis' personality, that shit's comedy gold. I just want to sit back and watch what happens.
And now again, you gave the powers of the Beyonder to Macho Man Randy Savage.
Said, "Oh yeah, watch this, brother. I'm about to create a whole ring, and we about to take this one side of the galaxy to the next. Snap it to a Slim Jim."
Oh yeah. Tonight you got 3 minutes. I'm gonna create a whole new universe on your head. That's gonna be interesting. Ah man. And then to pit those two against each other, I really think that, like, again, it really just comes down one. Okay, we got the personalities down, which means they both with the smoke. They both want the smoke.
No, because then wait, no. So another question. You said they're fighting on planet Vegeta, correct?
Yep.
So Pantheon, from what I'm gathering, would be immune to the effects of the planet, but how does that affect Sir Absolute?
What are the effects of the planet? That is
because doesn't planet Vegeta have, what is it, 10 times heavier gravity than Earth?
Huh. But to be honest, with their powers and abilities, I don't think it would have any effect on either of them.
Pantheon, I'll say yes.
Here, let me. Well, nope. Actually, no, not at all. I wouldn't have any effect on Sir Absolute at all, because if we look at his strength, he can lift multi-megatons. So he has the ability to lift his body as well. So you gotta remember, with that super strength, that means he can literally jump to the next galaxy with strength like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure they both will be able to move completely fine with their strength ability. On top of both of their durabilities is pretty up there. Not to mention their speeds are both maxed out at an 8, right? Both of their speeds are 8. Yeah.
But the question I'm asking is like with the whole thing with them being so omnipotent, how does that work exactly? Because like I said, that all goes back to the gravity. You'd weigh more on one planet than you would another, just like you'd be able to lift something heavier on one planet than you would another. Yeah,
So
if you're saying
like if something was already multi-megatons, now times that by 10 times gravity, that's multi-megatons times 10. Would they be able to?
Just like how you're so old on Earth because the planet has gone around the sun so many times. If you're on a planet further from the sun, you'd be younger. If you're on a planet closer to the sun, you'd be older. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it's been the planets closest to the sun spin faster, so it means the day-night cycle is much faster as opposed to further away. No. Actually, no. You're making a lot of sense with that. So they both can lift multi-megatons, but can they lift multi-megatons times 10? That is a very solid question.
And then that's also not just their speed, that's also their agility and their durability that be affected also.
Okay, let's take a look here. We got some comments here. So Nathan says, like Sir Absolute could fire a raccoon cannon by siphoning energy from Pantheon's beam. Okay, Dre says his biggest advantage over Pantheon is that he is still learning. So if Pantheon is still learning, because Pantheon's only 17 as opposed to Sir Absolute, who's at 30. So if this is early on, yes, Sir would probably win. But it's just if it's just fight, and each god in Pantheon is on. He's on par with the Beyonder. He can contain them, so he would be able to contain him as well. Okay.
I mean, age doesn't equal maturity, and there's no substitute for experience.
And again, yeah, that's very true. So Nathan says, and Nathan, just for you, I'll say it as I'll say it in character for you, because let's see, he says, the Pantheon pukester gonna taste these 20-inch galactic pythons. Dig it? Let's see. His powers in the Godbreaker gauntlets come from here we go. Come from the dark expansion of space, the black matter that constantly expands, so he's good in and out of space. By the way, he doesn't start at this nth level of ability. His powers are adaptive, so as Pantheon gets more powerful, he'll be able to siphon that energy to reach these levels of strength. Okay, so he starts base, and then as his opponent ramps up, his body is able to adapt to that power and match that strength. Nathan, I guess the real question is, can Pantheon take his most powerful punch to the face, because Sir Absolute can just redirect his most powerful blast at him? So the real question is, can Pantheon fight himself?
I mean, yeah, because he's basically a one-off omnipotent being. It's like saying, can an Alien X fight an Alien X?
That is very true. That is very true. So I mean, personally, man,
This keeps leaning more and more towards the stalemate for me.
Yeah, same here.
Let's see. We take in the environment into consideration. Well, personality is going to play a bit in this too. Age is going to, but not so much, because their age differences are egregious.
I'm don't be wrong. I have learned a lot from 17 to now 30.
Now, where are they pain tolerance wise? Where are they durability?
So Absolute sitting at a 7, and then Pantheon sitting at an 8. So 7 and 8. 7 is virtually indestructible, and 8 is cannot be physically harmed at all.
Now, see, this is the thing that I was saying too, because like the physical harm is one thing. Like even the Juggernaut can't be physically harmed, but he can't be psychically harmed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So this might go back to that whole spiritual energy thing.
Yeah. Now let's see. What did he say about the? Because he said Sir Absolute had something that was protecting his spirit. Something. What did he say? He had something protecting his spirit. I think that was the astral and ethereal control. Self-sovereigning over soul and spirit. So pretty much Pantheon can manipulate and absorb souls, but Sir Absolute can completely control has complete control over his soul, astral essence, and inner gods. This prevents Pantheon from stealing or corrupting him through soul-based attacks. And then Pantheon does have spiritual manipulation. So let me jump back to the card. And that goes with the etheric synthesis. All right. No, that is. So here's my thing about this part right here, the astral and ethereal control. But actually, no, per Lloyd, per the game master here, per Lloyd, everything that is stated underneath this, underneath their previous post goes. So I don't know. So, because at first I was going to say that the astral and ethereal control is not on the card, but Lloyd also did said everything that's in this post goes. So that kind of negates the spiritual manipulation. Let's see, but Dre did say that astral projection part there does allow him to hop into minds. And Nathan did say that Sir Absolute is weak to mental attacks. Let's see. If there are people there, he would try not to fight because Pantheon believes all life is worth saving, and Pantheon aura protects him and surroundings. If he takes his aura off, then he would destroy the solar system. Pantheon does have the god of knowledge within him, but he often doesn't listen to him because he'd rather make his own choices.
He said
definitely sounds like Terry McGinnis.
He said destroy the solar system. I don't not the planet, not the surrounding area. He said the solar system.
Nothing can steal Pantheon energy. Anything that does still has his energy. It's still his energy to do with as he pleases, rather than it's in his body. Okay, so I see what you're saying. So you may be able to steal and siphon Pantheon energy, but it's still his energy. So at the end of the day, like, you got a piece of cornbread on your plate. I take your cornbread. It's still your cornbread, just in my hand.
Nah, hold on. First and foremost, I gotta. You want to eat your cornbread? That's first and foremost. Second of all, I hold on. I need a little bit more of better of an explanation than that. Give me that one more time.
So what he's saying is pretty much his energy, since Sir Absolute can siphon energy, right?
Yeah.
What he's saying is that the energy that Pantheon has, it's his own energy. So if it's taken, siphon, whatever, it's still his energy. It can't be taken or controlled. Like, so again, if I take the Pantheon energy, it's not mine to use. It's still his to use. So let's say I take a chunk of that Pantheon energy and I got it in my hand. He can look at me, snap his finger, and blow the shit up in my hand. It's his. No matter where it is or who currently has it in his hands. Oh, clarification on that. Just the card. Let's see. That precious post was that for the better idea of what's going on between previous. Okay. All right.
Hold on.
So let's take out, so we will take out that that part there of the astral and ethereal control. We will take that out since that is not on the card. We cannot use that. So that does leave Sir Absolute open to soul-based attacks.
Okay. And then the whole thing with the redirecting energy. So I'm gonna give you a quick analogy, right? So like years ago we had this argument, like if Goku fought Meliodas, who'd win, right?
Full counter.
Well, here's the problem. So it's like Goku's trump card is usually what? The Spirit Bomb, right?
That's like his last ditch effort, yes.
Right? So it's like, if you've watched the original Dragon Ball Z series, you know that the Spirit Bomb can be bounced back by someone who's pure of heart. It can only be wielded by someone who's pure of heart, in my air quotations. So if Meliodas is using full counter and throwing it back with double, triple the force, and Goku's just bouncing it back, basically they're just playing hot potato.
Yes.
So it's like, that's basically what I'm hearing right now with what they're doing as far as the energy goes.
Yes.
It's not even going to be who can use it more creatively. It's just going to be it constantly getting redirected. So at some point in time, that's going to go out the window.
So it states that even if you snapped Absolute out of existence, the space in your brain he can appear in, like the spaces between your synapses. He can appear in that space because of his existential immortality. As long as the concept of space exists, he exists.
It's fucking insane. That is insane. I don't even know what to say to that, dog. Like, come on.
These guys are fucking broken. But again,
broken's not the word, man. Like, so hold on. So we can fucking nuke the planet, completely destroy it, but because if someone is somewhere in existence has heard of this guy, he can just reappear in that space.
No. As long as there's space, as long as there is space, he can exist. As long as there's space anywhere, he can exist.
Dog, that's insane, man. I don't know what to say to that. I don't know what to say to that.
That's crazy. So, but again, I will say the only thing right now that I'm seeing that really would make this not a stalemate, it does lean it into Pantheon's direction because of that spiritual manipulation. Per the game master, who just clarified, only on the card. So the astral and ethereal control that was stated in the previous match cannot be allowed. It cannot be allowed. The ethereal synapse synthesis, the existential immortality, the energy absorption redirection, I believe, as well. That's the synthesis as well as that. Yeah, those all can, but that that part cannot be. if I'm led to understand the game master correctly. Let's see. Dre says a spirit bomb wouldn't work on Pantheon. He can just siphon its energy back out of it or blow it up. Full counter wouldn't work on Pantheon because he can still push his power through, even though Meliodas is trying to push it back towards him. So Meliodas would have to be in a constant state of full counter. Or Pantheon's is reabsorbed back into his own body, or he can blow it up. Think of Dream when he lost his ruby, when the Sandman show. That scenario will not work on Pantheon. So he's saying that full counter, like something like full counter, wouldn't work on it. I don't know. The only thing I'm seeing that gives a break in this is Pantheon spiritual manipulation, because unfortunately he does not have. Sir absolutely does not have a protection against spiritual manipulation. I don't know, but this is also very, very close on a stalemate level, man. Because we still got another battle to do. I don't know. All right, so what do you think? What are you thinking?
Okay, so if we've exhausted the hand to hand, the energy, because like if he's saying that the energy is his regardless, no matter what form it's in or how it's used,
or who uses it.
Yeah, so it's like you got one saying that he's going to redirect the energy, the other one saying that the energy can't be directed because the energy's his, and then energy's never destroyed. It's just transferring from one form to another. So it's like, so what is going to be his stop to the spiritual attack? Because because like no one truly knows what a spirit or a soul is.
Mm-hmm.
That's all concept and idealism. So it's like if your spirit just is another energy, but no one truly knows what it is, so it can't be classified as that.
Well, hold on. I take that back because on the card here at the bottom underneath his hero tag says has the ability to manipulate universal energies to bend reality. Spirit energy is a universal energy.
Yeah,
energy projection being at an 8, that does mean he would be able to control spiritual energy, which that also would mean on himself as well. So there goes the spiritual counter right there.
Like I said, they're playing hot potato.
Shit. Listen, I see. I'm seeing. Let's see. Unless their absolutes are body in the sands of planet Vegeta, making Pantheon worry about them more than his own life. I don't see this as a dub for him. Pantheon takes it. I mean, I'm also not seeing this. I'm not seeing this as a dub on either side though, because again, like you said, I see hot potato. I see hot potato. For every one of these character strengths, the other character has a counter against it.
And the thing with their powers is like they're so unorthodox, but they're also limitless, which don't help. Because like I said, this wouldn't even come down to creativity to me. It would just be like, who gets tired?
And from what it sounds like, it's like neither one of these characters can get tired.
And then neither one of them can be destroyed. So it's like,
I don't see a KO coming for either character. I don't see a death. There's no death for either character.
Right.
Hmm. 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 I believe that ethereal energy is a part of universal energy. Yes, ethereal energy is a part of universal energy. Just from the way that it's stated, that you stated it in the previous matchup, you'd have to state it as like as that, as that universal energy. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? To bend reality. But listen, you calling stalemate?
because yeah, I definitely would at this point. Because like my whole thing is like with the editor, with that too is like if they both can manipulate it the same way or handle it or can conduct it, like if you can redirect radiation, your body also has to be able to withstand the effects of it. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like if they're both just throwing it back and forth and there's no headway being made, like
And at this point, the only true difference between these characters is 1 point for durability and agility, and it's just their actual their fighting prowess and they have a big gap in their fighting prowess.
but
But
that
even
means
then, it's not gonna like if them going hand to hand ain't gonna do a thing. I mean, let's see. I mean, let's take a look at Absolute's tier, though. I mean, we can take a look at Absolute's tier and see if that may sway anything. But I'm not seeing anything that would.
the tier to me is neither here nor there at this point because
Oh,
like you said, you can have the one person who's more proficient with their hands and feet, but that doesn't matter if the other person won't let them hit them.
yeah. I think we got a. What color is that? Is that blue? It's like dark blue, right?
I can't see it.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that's dark blue.
All right, let me see. So that's tier 2 space time. He has 1 dot, so he is 2A, transcends an infinite space time with and holds infinite universes. Well then, let me double check that, make sure I read that properly. Yeah, transcends an infinite space time, withholds infinite universes. So he's a 2A. And then Pantheon was sitting at, he was a, what was that, 5A? Large planet, dwarf star level destruction.
Yes.
Man, stalemate.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah, man. All right, all right, people watching. All right, everyone outside of the 2 creators. Let's put it to the viewers. All right, I'm sitting at stalemate. You're sitting at stalemate. Let's put it to the viewers. Based off everything that we just dropped down, based off the power stats and abilities of both of these characters, what are you guys saying? That's what I want to know. We have Tavis dropping stalemate, but he also says, my question is, what villains are these going against?
That's a great question.
Yeah. So, but Dre says Pantheon's weaknesses are his morals, his experience, his value of life, and his unwillingness to kill just yet in his life. Okay.
But
Now
those don't really play a factor though.
they do on the standpoint of as I was reading through this, Nathan does say that Sir Absolute is not afraid to kill. Where did that go? I did see that.
But but this is that T'Challa Killmonger argument again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I mean, and again, but it also comes down to how do you kill a being like Pantheon? You know what I'm saying?
But this is why I asked, what do we rank as a win? Because because like for example, like if you have the Justice League fight the Avengers, everyone wants to see the knockdown, drag out fights. Everybody wants to see like Hulk fight Superman. I wouldn't have Superman fight Hulk. I'd have Doctor Strange fight Hulk. I mean, Doctor Strange fight Superman because Kryptonians aren't invulnerable against magic. And for example, if he knocks his soul out of his body and his soul can't get back to his body, the Strange win the fight.
Yeah, that would be considered a knockout.
Right? But that's not a traditional knockout. So it's like,
well, a knockout is being unable to continue the battle. That's what a knockout is considered. A knockout is they are unable to continue the battle. So even in boxing, because you got KO
and you got TKO.
Yeah, total knockout is they're done. Like they can't move. Right? We've seen people get KO'd and they're able to stand right back up. You know what I mean? It's just they're unable to continue the battle. So either death or make them unable to battle.
I would also go as far as surrendering and put with that too. Because
yeah. For someone, yeah. I would say if they tapped out too. If they tapped out, surrendered, yeah.
And it's like
Pantheon currently he's weak in his universe currently because he's still. I'm taking it that he's still new.
Oh, I'm mad. He even said the word weak compared to the stats.
Yeah.
Once again, I don't know what to do with that.
Like bro. This man has maxed out lifting multi-megatons, and he's weak.
He's weak. He's fucking omnipotent. Like, what do you mean he's weak? Also, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't even want to see him at remotely a third of his potential if this is him being weak.
No, absolutely. Look at these power stats. His strength is an 8. His speed is an 8. His durability is an 8. And this is weak. This is like handing a 17-year-old a blank check and said, write whatever the fuck you want on it. And he runs off running up $1 trillion in debt. Giving him unlimited. That's what this is. This is giving a 17-year-old the universe. And that's weak? Man. Let's see. Pantheon has a separate pocket dimension within his inner being called the Hall of Ancients. All 6 of primordial overgods who are equivalent or higher than the pre-retconned Beyonder are within that dimension, and that dimension is meant to hold them, and someone can absorb the soul and leave them in there with the rest of them. Okay, so he can. All right. Well, TKO happens when the fight is called by a third party, a referee, or their cornerman. None of that applies to these battles. True. This is true. Let's get Tab some shine time in here with the comments. Nathan. I mean, to answer Tabs' question, Sir Absolute, as adaptive, and in his story, he's on a 12 labor run like Hercules, so he doesn't know his true power yet. So all the villains that he's going up against, he's finding out his abilities, and there are villains that are more powerful than him because he doesn't have control over it, over his abilities in his story. Let's see. Invictus is an Omnicomics villain that Pantheon can't beat by himself. Yeah, no.
That's disturbing.
That's
disturbing and concerning.
No, I just want to say, I hope y'all not looking to make movies out of these characters, because how do you translate that to screen? Crazy. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, but it's crazy.
Nah, that's like an anime type shit. Like that's
Yeah, you need to animate it. You need to animate it. We cannot live action that shit. You need to animate that. Need to animate that. All right, but honestly, man, rocking stalemate. I'm calling it stalemate, man. Again, coming from two new points of view. And after everyone's every hold on, I'm sorry. Nathan said, "Sir, absolute movie would be like WWE version of Deadpool." I'd watch that. Man, what? No, what?
Nah, because listen, man, I lived through the Attitude Era. I can only imagine what that would look like.
Oh my god. Deadpool will fit in perfectly in the Attitude Era, bro.
No, I'm not taking it as like Deadpool in the Attitude Era. I'm taking it as the Attitude Era with Deadpool's level of fuckery.
Oh shit. He doesn't even know how to use his powers at the beginning. I'll say this. Batrius will take on both of them and at the same time. Okay, we'll see. But yeah, we're rocking stalemate on this. On to the next one. We have Phenom Girl. Again, are there creators in the chat? I do not think they're in the chat, but let's see here. Phenom Girl. Power stats. Well, first off, she is, what is that? Pink? It's like a pink. It's like a light pink. Tier 9. Tier 9 superhuman. She is 1 dot, so she is 9A, capable of destroying a large room or apartment. Okay, we're bringing it down a little bit. Simmering down a little bit. Because that was a lot. That last battle was a lot. Thank God we're able to bring it down a little bit. It's a little bit normal now. Okay, 9A, capable of destroying a large room or apartment. But now let's look at these power stats and abilities. God, please be normal. Please be normal within the confines of a like superhero shit. Be normal. Pantheon show would be a mix of Static Shock and Batman Beyond, but they pretty much had the same vibe, the same feel. They're made by the same people, same writers and creators.
Yeah. Well, he said the Pantheon show would have that vibe.
Yeah, the vibe of Static Shock and Batman Beyond.
I mean, no, the vibe is fine. It's everything past that where I'm like, huh?
Yeah. But all right, let's take a look here. So, Phenom Girl, power stats and abilities. Let's take a look at the power stats. Strength sitting at a 6, can lift between 75 to 100 tons plus. There's a plus there on that. I actually just realized it's a plus there. Intelligence, she's sitting at a 5, which means she's a genius. Speed, she's at a 4. Speed of sound, up to Mach 1. Durability is sitting at a 4. Regenerative, difficult to permanently injure. Agility is sitting at a 6. Subrelativistic, which means she is dodging light speed attacks. She is 1 on energy projection, which means none. She has no energy projection, and her fight ability is a 6. Master of several forms of combat. All right, girl, do your thing. East Indian, 16 years old, 5'9", 200 pounds at 5'9".
She solid.
Yeah. Damn. Okay. I do not want to get punched by that 16-year-old. That's wild. And she's an alien. She's an extraterrestrial. Wow. Okay. Let's get into it. Equipment. She has flight bands. They also create force fields that protect against everything except hand-to-hand combat. Powers. She's a magic immunity and healing through chi. Okay. Okay, so I also want to point out chi can be depleted over time. It says she is immune to magic due to her extraterrestrial origins. Okay, all right. So let's swap over to Sledge over here. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Let's see. So Sledge is same tier, 9A, capable of destroying a large room or apartment. So they are on par with on that part. Now we are looking at their power stats. Let's see. That is, he's sitting at a 3 on strength, can lift twice his own body weight. So she's beating him in that aspect. Intelligence is a 5. He's a genius. They're matched on that. Speed is a 2, so he moving normal human speed. Durability, 10 out of 5, means he's bulletproof. He has dense skin to repel most weapons. Agility is sitting at a 4. Superhuman, can dodge bullets from a distance. Energy projection is 2. Okay, ability to discharge energy on contact. So he's saying like Iron Fist type punches. Okay. And then his fight ability, he is a 6. Matched with her on that. Master of several forms of combat. Ooh, even though this is more simmered down, is way more simmered down. I think this will be a good one too. 24. He's 6'3", 225. Okay. He probably did not like the movie Sinners. But let's see. His equipment, anti-gravity harness. He has a force shield that blocks all inorganic weaponry. Magnet charge grappling hook. Electric bolo. Arrow tip bolt gun.
Arrow tipped bolt gun.
Okay. Wields a vast array of equipment, including an anti-gravity harness. So he can fly. She can fly. All right, so this is gonna be interesting. So hand to hand, they going stupid. They going stupid hand to hand. This hand to hand fight gonna be ridiculous. Now, thing is, what was his strength at? A 3. Her strength is at a 6. He needs to not get hit.
That's not looking in his favor though, because she's faster also.
Yes, quite faster.
Okay, so stat wise, she's got him beat.
Yeah, stat wise, got him beat. Okay. Wow, why do I feel like both of these matchups, both characters are like kind of like set up to kind of like counter each other? Because here's the thing. So we take a look at her equipment. Those flight bands, they also create a force field that protect against anything except hand-to-hand combat, right?
Mm-hmm.
He has a force shield that blocks all inorganic weaponry. So his force shield is great, except if somebody punches him in the face.
Yeah, so
they're
now faster and stronger. Not only is she faster and stronger, they might be matched combat skill wise, but if she can hit him, which it sounds like she's going to be able to do very easily, but he's going to have a harder time hitting her.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as far as them negating their weapons, like she might be able to block whatever he might be able to block whatever gear she's bringing to the fight, but it don't matter. She'll need to use it.
That's true. Now the thing is, he's bulletproof, right? But remember, since even though he's a 5, he still has 4, 3, and 2. So 4, regenerative, difficult to permanently injure, and he has enhanced with efficient healing as well. So she probably can. She hit him, and she landed a clean square punch to the chest. It's gonna hurt like hell, but I don't think it's dropping him. I don't think it's dropping him.
But my thing is that depends on what we're talking about, because it's like you say, the drop, the one shot to the chest might. But what happens when you, even if you hit cement in the same spot with a sledgehammer, it's going to give.
Yeah. Well, but here's the thing: her durability is only a 4.
You said his is a 6.
Yeah. Well, no. I'm sorry. Am I looking at the right? Was I looking at the right thing? Yeah, his durability is a 5. His durability is a 5, which means his bulletproof, dense skin, and can repel most weapons. Sorry, guys, if everyone's dropping comments, I can't really see the comments right now because doing the review here. But yeah, so he's at a 5. So he's just bulletproof, but he also has the regenerative and the enhanced healing. While she's sitting at a 4, which is just regenerative, and you can't permanently damage her with the enhanced healing. So he could hurt her. He can hurt her decently, and her healing is based on her chi.
All right.
So
so even then, so this is a Luke Cage versus Iron Fist scenario.
It is 100% is, which is fucking crazy. That's what I was saying. She's crazy.
So we've seen Luke Cage get knocked out by Iron Fist.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's also like, okay, so if she could channel her chi into her blows, that changes the dynamic of that fight completely. Like you said, it might not matter if his skin's bulletproof. Does that extend to his bones and his organs?
Well, here's the thing: he could do the same thing with his punches.
But he's got to be able to hit her.
That is true, and her speed is definitely a thing. It's definitely a problem for him.
She gets in close, closes the gap. She hits him with that 5-finger death punch.
At Mach 1, it's over.
It's hard. It's over.
Now, here's where So here's the thing. So they're both labeled as hero. So I think this is where that personality is going to come in. And I wish we had the artists and the creators in here to give us a little bit more of a backstory on that, on them, since these are reckoning. So they do have stories that go with them. Yeah, but so what I'm going to say is they're both heroes. So they're not gonna go. I'm gonna say they're not gonna go for the kill.
And this is another thing that actually annoys me a bit with this too, because that's why I always say, like, what do we define as a win and a loss? Because so we're quote unquote going for the knockout, right?
These guys will go for the knockout or a situation where they're unable to continue the fight.
Right. So you don't need to necessarily kill someone to cripple them. Like a man with no feet is still alive.
True.
So if we're looking at it from that aspect, okay, here's another one. The Chunin exams. Remember when Neji fought Hinata?
Yep.
That's how I see this going. It's just that one's more blow-based, one's more skill-based. And it's like, all right, especially if she's channeling her chakra through her strikes, that shit's over.
Yeah. So Dre says, what about his arsenal? So the thing about his arsenal is that all of it becomes obsolete because of her flight bands. Her flight bands that protect her against have a force field that protects her against everything except hand-to-hand combat. So none of his arrow tip bolts are going to be able to touch her. The electric bolo's not touching her either. none of his gear is going to be able to touch her. And then and same thing and vice versa. So we're just saying with the force shield for Sledge, nothing inorganic can touch him.
Right.
So it's gonna come down to who got more hands and who's stronger. It's gonna come down to strength, speed, durability, and who's stronger. She's able to whoa, hold on. No. See, that's the thing. All right, so her energy projection is at a 1. So she can't direct her chi into her hands at all. But wait, hold on then. Hold on. We're gonna need a correction on her card then. Because if it's saying that one of her powers is healing through chi, then that means her energy projection is gonna have to go up, because she's able to control chi.
Hold on 1 second, because with the energy projection,
I think she'd be sitting at a 2. The ability to discharge energy on contact. Let's look at the durability, because
but there's nothing specific
healing per durability
with energy.
Yeah. I would say, and I'm looking. All right, so all right, we'll take that, and we'll put the healing through chi underneath her durability. That'll be affected by her durability. And difficult to permanently injure through her chi. Yeah, so she will not be able to move her chi into her hands like Iron Fist. He can, though, because he's at a 1. His ability to discharge energy on contact. So he would be able to kind of like pull that whole chi fist shit. And
Okay.
so I'll be honest. I know we haven't spent much time on this, but I'm kind of leaning towards Sledge on this.
Nah, I don't think so. So my thing with that is that like technique beats force, beats blunt force every time. So it's like, granted, they're both masters of different martial arts, and they both sit at that. It's still to the point where she's going to be able to hit him, and he's not going to be able to hit her. Weapons are no longer in play because he can't be affected by inorganic material, and then
neither can she.
Yeah, neither is she. So it's like, all right. So if their weapons are all inorganic or don't have like a organic resonant, so that's gonna.
So yeah, she might end up taking it based off of her intelligence level, based off their speed and intelligence. And what was her agility at again? Let's see. His is at a 4. It's superhuman, can dodge bullets from a distance, and hers is at a 6. So she's dodging at light speed attack. Yeah. Fuck it. Yeah, damn, yeah, she takes it.
Specifically a distance. Yeah, she calls it once again, it's gonna be a fist fight. So it's like, and then the other thing is too, like, because they say like even if they got into the air and fought, you've seen the Matrix Revolutions.
Mm-hmm.
You remember how that fist fight ended in the sky with Neo and Smith?
Yeah. Yep. They fucking blew each other back. And then Neo fucking slammed him into the ground.
No, Smith slammed Neo.
Neo, yeah. So yeah, are they're both genius? Yeah, hold on. They're both geniuses. They're both genius level intellect, so they're gonna that genius level intellect tied with multiple forms of combat. She may be regenerative, but he's bulletproof. But she's moving at light speed, dodging attacks, while he's dodging bullets from a distance. And then it just comes down to the speed where he moving normal and she moves at Mach 1. I'm gonna be honest with you. Let's see here. How creative is he? Because can you tie the electric bolo around his hand and then run up on her, punch her like it's electric brass knuckles? You know,
What?
yes, he could. He definitely could, but it's the fact right now we're on the fact that like he probably won't even be able to touch her because of her speed and her agility.
Right?
Like I think that at this point that's the only thing that's honestly that's putting her above is that speed and that agility.
Matter of fact, you remember when here's another perfect example. Remember when Trunks fought Cell?
Yeah.
Now, once again, if because I'm not seeing a scenario where he's hitting her.
Let's see. So he says, flight bands. Yes. So her flight ability is based off the bands. So I mean, if he was to destroy the bands, then that's a different story. But that's just that just stops her from being able to fly. So you stop her from at this point, what you destroying her bands just turns her from Superman to the Flash.
That works.
Yeah. She ends up you're just taking her from being Power Girl to let her to now she's Jessie Quick.
So, and then here's
I just had to flex my nerdism real quick on that one. I just had to flex that. Sorry.
Are we assuming that he knows about the bands to destroy them?
No, and if I'm correct on this one is a random encounter as well.
Right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this one is also a random encounter.
And the question also is, can he destroy them? Let's also ask that.
Oh yeah, that is
because it's like everyone knows about Batman's utility belt, everyone knows about Oliver's quiver, but they have security features so they can't be taken off of them.
Hold on. So let me see here. So an hour ago, Tony Brown, who is the creator of Phenom Girl, he posted something here. She's 16, female, 5'4", college student. I don't need her measurements.
That's thorough.
Very thorough. Actual weight is 170. Her race is cross genetic. Abilities: superhuman strength, speed, agility, and intelligence. Her 5 senses are enhanced as the ability to transfer her chi energy into others to heal them of injuries or acute illnesses. Flight bands that can travel up to Mach 5 to 3,755 miles per hour. But this is only posted an hour ago. Don't really know when it was created, but I'd have to take a look at like her stories. I think these are also from Tony as well. We have some clips here from her comic. Let's see. And it looks like it's just another run through of her abilities. These bands also emit an aura about her that protects her from heat, cold, friction, and all forms of radiation, laser, microwave, and any objects that is traveling faster than 160 miles per hour. So if it's an object traveling at 150 miles per hour, she'll get hit by it. Okay. Because the bands cannot protect her in hand-to-hand combat, She became an expert in Krav Maga and Jiu-Jitsu. She is also an amazing acrobat. The DNA-specific flight band's aura can also...
Oh, even better. He gave the actual specific martial arts she knows. So not only is she the master submissionist with the jiu-jitsu, she's striking with Krav Maga. Oh, come on.
But again, these are also an hour ago as well. But again, because they are reckoning, these are panels from her book. And let me get clarification. Lloyd, good sir, God of all indie breakdowns. Are we accepting these submissions? Are we accepting Tony's submissions within the group? They were an hour ago. And we've been rocking for almost 2 hours now. Yeah, I don't know. Are we accepting it? If we're taking it into consideration, then we will take all this into consideration. Let's see. Is her flight light speed? Being that she flies only because of her bracelets. No, so it specifically says that it's like Mach 5. Yes, sir. If they are pages from his book and the book is published, he is solid. All right. So, one sec. It says, or if she gets close, he can snare her with the bolo. This way, only they're stuck together. The way Hellboy and Prince Nori. Oh. Okay, the way Hellboy did Prince Noir. All right. Now that talk about flexing your nerddom and your geekdom. Okay, good reference. All right, so I'll read all this then. She wears flight bands that can currently control up to Mach 5, although they are capable of reaching Mach 70. Escape velocity is Mach 33. So for those you don't know, escape velocity is how fast you need to be going in order to escape the Earth's atmosphere and gravitational pull. These bands also emit an aura about her that protects her from all these things, because the bands cannot protect her from hand to hand, Krav Maga, Jiu-Jitsu, acrobat, the DNA specific flight bands, aura, the DNA specific flight bands aura. So the flight bands are DNA coded to her. Can also emit a warp field with a 2-week oxygen supply that will enable her to travel the distance in 1 day that it takes light to reach in 1 year. Wow. That's insane. That's insanity. I don't want to read the rest of this. I don't even want to read the rest of this.
So I'm calling it.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even read the rest of that because that's just wait, Tony's here. Tony. If you Google Zandora, Zandra, I'm sorry, Vandora Zandra, it will lead you to Amazon. All this was published a few years. Okay, all right. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure just off of that, like again, Sledge, he ain't no slouch. Sledge is no slouch whatsoever, not a slouch whatsoever. But she does have the upper hand in this situation due to one, her speed, her durability, and her agility. And then also that, and then all that combined with her fight and her strength ability, her strength stat, I do truly believe that Phenom Girl takes this for the win.
Yes, sir.
We all in agreement? Okay, and then one last question to the viewers: what do you think? Personally, like we said, we just feel Phenom takes the dub on this, based off everything that we just said. And if you are interested, please go check out the indie breakdown / versus group, where there's over 4,000 indie comic book creators. To be specific, 4.6K members in this group that are all that, maybe not all, but a good majority of them are creators as well, indie comic book creators. So head on over there on Facebook. It is the indie breakdown / versus group. I will drop that in the comments as well for you guys to check out. Join if you have not already joined, and say your piece. Put your work out there. Every Sunday they have promo Sunday, so you can just put your work on out there where they can see it. But please be respectful and hold it just until 2 Sundays. Let's see. I think she wins. She's just too overwhelming for him to handle. Yeah, I agree. Especially coming from Dre, the master of all broken characters. Yeah, if he says she's broken, she's broken. He knows what a broken character is. But yeah, man, I think that does it. That was a short one. That was a short one. I was seeing ways that it could go a little bit longer, but honestly, even without reading what Tony posted in the group, I was still leaning towards her for taking it. That you can't be a 2 trying to fight somebody that can move at Mach speed. Come on now. With the force field, because like he's not even gonna get it. Even if he breaks her flight bands, he's not even gonna get a chance to even touch the flight bands. Not even a chance to touch the flight bands. And again, she's again, honestly, like Dre says, she's just too overwhelming. Honestly, it's really her speed. Her speed is just it's ridiculous. Her speed is ridiculous. Her speed is fucking ridiculous.
And he put the specific type of skill set she knows. So
yeah.
It's like, between that level of striking and that level of grappling, he might be done.
Yeah. Now the only thing is, like, his anti-gravity harness. I want to know that does that just give him the ability to fly, or does that also give him the ability to, like, change the gravitational pull of himself, so he's able to, repel as well as pull things in with the harness? Well, it's anti-gravity. Nope, it's anti-gravity. It specifically says anti-gravity.
Okay, so the only thing I think of that might work in his favor is if he took that harness off and put it on her.
He's got to catch her first.
Because once it's on her, she can't move now. She's suspended.
So it doesn't say, and it sucks because the bad part about this is that who is this? Nope, that's a different hero. Yeah, it sucks because there's nothing really underneath this one. They really didn't go at it too hard in this. There's 8 comments, and it's all Tony. But let's see who. I'm sorry, who is the creator of Ben Peaks Comics? Yeah, I don't see Ben in the comments at all. Yep, all Tony. So yeah, man. Yep, this is a solid dub. This is a solid dub for and again, do not take this wrong. Sledge is no goddamn slouch. He is no slouch. He's absolutely no slouch, but she's just too overwhelming. But no, yeah, man, I think that sums it up. Yeah. But yeah, no, Dre. It's the harness can only manipulate his gravity. and it says specifically says anti-gravity harness. So yeah. Now if it says gravity harness, now that opens it up and allows him to be able to do different things with gravity using that harness, but specifically saying anti-gravity harness. Yeah, and the way it's depicted within the imaging that is that accompanies the stat card, it seems as if it's specifically an aura just around him. So, like Triage said, he would have to throw that. He would have to get that on her some way, shape, or form. But again, with the flight bands, she can already float. All that's doing is giving her the ability to float. She may still be able to move around using the flight bands. But again, he has to catch her. Yeah. But not to mention, listen, we already know what the Flash can do with one punch. We already know what the Flash can do in one punch. What's it called? The infinite mass punch. The infinite mass punch. Come on, man. Because even like flight, man, she can currently control Mach 5. Let me do my research. And again, we already said who wins. But I just wanna put this in perspective. I'm looking up the speed at which the Flash needs to run to his infinite mass punch. It's achieved by accelerating to near light speed, which, according to Einstein's theory of relativity, results in a massive increase in the Flash's mass. This punch, often described as having the force of a white dwarf star, is one of the Flash's most devastating abilities. You know, that really puts into perspective when he was hitting Lex, when he had fused with Brainiac, when he was hitting him, that means every single punch he hit him with had the force of a dwarf star. Damn. Yeah. She wins. Yeah, she may not be Wait, no, she is moving at light speed. At least she can dodge. She can at least dodge at light speed. Her agility lets her dodge. No, she can dodge light speed attacks, which means you would have to be moved faster than light speed in order to dodge a light speed attack. And her speed is a 4. So she can run, so she can move up to Mach 1. But with an agility like that, so she can probably dodge. So in order to dodge a light speed attack, like I just said, you yourself have to move faster than light speed. Right? Am I right or wrong?
No, you're right.
So he throws an attack. She dodges at light speed and hits him with an attack. She's hitting him with an infinite mass punch. Just because she dodged at light speed. He's never gonna be able to see it coming. Yeah, she wins. That's the show. Thank you all. That's the show. Thank you all for tuning in. That's the show. Phenom Girl wins. Man, Pantheon. Jesus Christ. Sir Absolute. Jesus Christ. Listen, guys. Listen. Just because you can make a character that broken doesn't mean you should make the character that broken. Guys, please, Louise. Oh my God, you guys. Man, this is ridiculous. Listen, I have thoroughly enjoyed this. This has been some really deep conversation about these characters and really puts in perspective just really how creative the world is. It seriously is. It seriously is. Um Triage, final remarks on both battles today.
Let's see. The first one, gee golly, what the fuck, Batman? I would say that when it comes to fighting styles, I want people to try to be a little bit more specific with the fighting styles they know, because that makes a phenomenal difference. You got a boxer fighting a kickboxer, that's not the same.
That's true. That's true. All right. Here's your homework, everybody. That's the first part of your homework. So we handed it out to you before. First part, the one part of your homework was build personality of your characters. Next part, if they know multiple forms of martial arts, be specific with what forms of combat they know, because that will play a difference in these battles. Continue.
I'll say the other thing is, because I know a lot of people like to list, don't like to go into details about weaknesses, but certain things have been brought to my attention as far as the scaling wheel, and I'll bring that up to Lloyd and see if we can or get a little bit more clarification on that.
Yeah. Because and that's what I like about this. This is all like learning. We're all learning here. We're all growing here, and that's what I like. You know, the whole point of this is to improve power scaling. The whole point of this is to improve power scaling, and I feel like we're doing it right. We're doing it right here by narrowing down and finding like some of these flaws here, or some of these things that I maybe won't work properly or correctly because of X, Y, and Z. We take it and we fix it. And so no, that's solid. So absolutely. What else you got?
When it comes to weapons, I want a little bit more clarification about said weapons, like the whole thing with the gravity harnesses. Like, if can they be destroyed? Can they not be destroyed? Can they have security features? Can they be taken off? Can they not be taken off? Is it an extension of her will? It doesn't have to be physically on her body for her to manipulate it. Because those things will all make differences too. Like, it don't matter if someone is super strong if they can't lift Thor's hammer because of the enchantment.
Very true. Very true. No, I agree. I absolutely 100% agree. For me, my final remarks on both these battles. So Pantheon, Sir Absolute, that was ridiculously close. Too close to the point that honestly, we had to call it a stalemate. We had to call it a stalemate. I know that last time Sir Absolute won, and I think that's just goes to show that there has been some growth with the character. You know what I mean? There definitely has been some growth with the character, or maybe it's just me and Triage's perspective on these things. Maybe we were able to see it from another perspective, which is why we were able to see as a stalemate. Either way, that's insane that two different people can create two different characters that just negate each other so damn hard. So definitely shout out to both of you. Absolutely amazing characters. Please keep it up. Again, take everything that Triage said, take that into consideration as well. Going forward, when you guys are working on your characters and building further down the road in your comics. Same thing with Reckoning, with those that were in the Reckoning matchup. Phenom girl, Tony, but man, listen, it's her speed. It's definitely her speed. Her speed is ridiculous. That is ridiculous speed. Only other alien I know that's moving that fast is Superman. As one of the somebody in the Superman family. That's it. That's it. Carrie, if you are watching, if you are in this as well, when it comes to Sledge, definitely build a little bit more on build a little bit more, drop some more information on that gravity harness. That gravity harness is an amazing piece of equipment. We would like to know how it works.
Yes.
Because that would play a very big difference. If he's able to, like you said, turn it on and off, is he able to project its abilities? Can he control the gravity of other things like gravity from My Hero Academia? Can she change? Can he can touch something and make it float? Those things we would definitely like to see more of. And then when it comes to again, that force shield was great. You maybe add a few more things to his weapons to his arsenal. Aside from the magnetic charge grapple to the electric bolo to the bolt gun, maybe add a few extra things into there. But other than that, though, this character is a force to be reckoned with. I feel like he's definitely a character that would give Batman a run for his money. Go do it. Go ahead. Yep. I'm sorry, I don't think they heard you.
Fuck Batman.
I don't think they heard you. Yeah. Fuck Batman.
Man.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Sledge would put the damn beats on Batman worse than Bane. But as you can see, yeah, we over here at the Super Breakdown, we do not like Batman. But again, thank you guys for tuning into the Indie versus Matchups. Tune in on Wednesdays for Nexus matchup reveal, and tune in on Fridays for the Reckoning matchup reveal. We will be back next Saturday about 5:30 with doing it all over again. Tune into the Indie Breakdowns page for the matchups. Tune into their group for the matchups, and you can tune in to the Super Breakdowns Instagram page and Facebook page as well, and we will be posting those as well. And then once you guys sign off from here, tune in tomorrow night 7 p.m. Tune in tomorrow night 9:00 p.m. The Super Breakdown will be back from our hiatus. We have rebranded. We look a lot different. We talking a lot different. We will be continuing Star Wars month by starting our episodes off with talking about Darth Revan. So if you are a Superman, Superman, the fuck. If you are a Star Wars fan, Star Wars geek, tune in because we are going off for the rest of this month and a little bit into next month as well. We got to give it a fair shake. We missed last week, so we're gonna go hard for an extra week. But again, all Star Wars for the next 4 weeks of the Super Breakdown. We love y'all. It's going to be awesome. Thank y'all for tuning in and helping us redefine power scaling and power stats and abilities. I will get what he actually says down pack for next episode so I can throw that in. And as Super Breakdown, as we always say, fuck prep time. We will see you guys next Saturday, and hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Love y'all. Peace. Love. But wait, there's more. I lied. We ain't going nowhere. Before we sign on out, give us about 3 minutes. Let's check out some amazing people doing some amazing things as a part of the Indie Prime Time.
Join Power Maximus, Lord Triage, and the Darth Legacy Jason M40 on a journey through heroic realms where legends are born and destinies entwine. Delve into the cosmic currents, unraveling the mysteries of superheroes, villains, and champions. Embrace the cosmic energy that binds us all, and let your journey begin. This is the Super Breakdown Podcast. Enter the cosmic saga.
What? Yeah. What? Understand I got a lot on my mind, a lot on my chest.
Starting a war with these stars, you won't get far. This is the way you play a game of life or death star. So far removed from the drama, we don't know this harm, but won't hesitate to shed a light like a Patronus charm. With mischief managed, troubles at a disadvantage. Must be something in the water, dip your toe because you know it's warm. Where can you find another show with such a fine cast? And if you try to box them in, they playing Minecraft. And basically the sum made up like you define now. This crew's the best and it figures like a line graph. A merry band like the words I do. Level-headed, you don't have to have absurd IQs. They know you can relate because they're nerds like you. With their help, you'll see the world from a blur's eye view. Yeah. You are now tuned in to Blur's Eye View. And without further ado, we out.
All right. Yes, you saw it there. You saw it there as well. If you are tired of the same old voices on your feed, tap in to the Indie Prime Time. We are a powerhouse collective of your favorite indie and blurred podcasts. We have all joined forces to bring the freshest takes on everything from underground gyms to mainstream madness, comics, culture, commentary, unfiltered. Whether you're deep in the indie trenches or vibing with the Blur's elite, we got your next binge. So follow the movement, plug into the convo, and check out the Indie Prime Time. That's going to be ourselves, the Super Breakdown. That's going to be Lady Mandalore over at Room Full of Blurs, Mr. Fury over at Blur's Eye View, the Indie Breakdown, and Tashi J with Melanin Minds. So tune in. We love y'all. And until next time.
Bitch, I'm